Okay, for our last example, we're going to find the 3/8 point from point E, which is at -4, 7, to point G, which is at 12, 31. Okay. So the way that we're going to do this is actually kind of similar to what we did on the graph, where we took the rise and the run and we multiplied it by our fraction. But instead of using the rise and the run by counting, we're going to find the rise and the run by finding the length between the x-coordinates and the length between the y-coordinates. So we'll start with our x-coordinates. So we're going to find the length of the run, or in other words, our x's. Okay? Alright, so the way that we find the length between two numbers is we take those two numbers and subtract them. Okay, so -4 minus 12. And we're going to take the absolute value of our answer. So if I do -4 minus 12, that gives me -16. But we're wanting to find the length here. Lengths are not negative, which is why we take the absolute value. Okay, so the absolute value makes the negative go away, and this becomes +16. Just like we've been doing, what we're going to do with this 16 is we're going to take that length and multiply it by our fraction. Okay, so 16 times 3/8, okay, is equal to 6. Alright, now the last step is to take this number and add it to our starting point. So this is kind of like telling us how much we would need to count over if we were working on a graph. So we're going to go from -4, add 6, and that gives me 2. So this is the x-coordinate for my 3/8 point. So I've got half my answer right here. So this is where I'm going to put my 3/8 point. Alright, for the second half of the problem, we're going to find the y-coordinate. Okay, so pretty much you're going to do everything that you just did, but instead of doing it for the run, you're going to do it for the rise, or the y values. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to start by subtracting my y's. So 7 minus 31, okay, and that's equal to -24. And just like before, if it's negative, we need to make it positive because we're talking about a length. So this becomes +24. Then I take this amount and I'm going to multiply it by my fraction. Okay, so we'll take +24 times 3/8, and that gives me 9. Okay, so my last step is to take my starting y-coordinate, which was at 7, and add the value that I got here, which was 9. So 7 plus 9 gives us 16. So that's my y-coordinate for my 3/8 point. Okay.